All right, so here's our warm up from yesterday. So make sure you check your work. Write an absolute value expression to calculate the answer to each question. So one part A says the temperature at 9 a.m. was 40 degrees. The temperature at 2 p.m. was negative 10 degrees. What was the change in temperature? So here's what my algebraic absolute value expression would look like here. Because if I think of a thermometer, we'd have 40 up here, we'd have 0 here, we'd have 0 here, and we'd have negative 10 here. And if I'm thinking about this, the difference between is from here to here. So from this point, from 0 to 10, it's actually 10 degrees difference. And from 40 to 0, it's 40 degrees difference. And so I am thinking the absolute value of 40 is how far away it is from 0. So 40, absolute value of 40 is 40. The absolute value of negative 10 is 10 because it is 10 away from 0. When I add those together, I'm going to get 50 degrees difference, or a 50-degree change in temperature. Okay, that was what I should have had for my first question right there. The second question is definitely tougher as I look at this. And so first we're thinking about the equation W equals M divided by 9.2. Okay, so if I'm looking at my table, the first one they give me is M. They say M is going to be equal to 27.6. And so if I put this in there, it'd be W equals 27.6 divided by 9.2. Okay? And if you're using your calculator to figure this out, I'm okay with this because we're just trying to work on figuring out how this equation would go. Until 27.6 divided by 9.2 would give me my first answer of 3. And so we have my M over here, we have the W over here, and my first W answer would be 3. So if I put 27.6 into that, I would get 3 as my answer. The next one they give me is 5 for W. So that's kind of a tricky one. And so if I was to solve that second one, it would be 5 equals M divided by 9.2. And so now this is like those one-step equations we were solving right as we got started with this virtual learning thing. M divided by 9.2, a fraction is a division is a fraction. The opposite of a division, the inverse of division is multiplication. So I'm going to multiply this by 9.2. And if I multiply that side by 9.2, I'm also going to multiply that side by 9.2. Now we have 9.2 over 9.2, which is the same as 1, or which is the same as just M on the right side. Then we have 9.2 times 5, which is going to give me my answer of 46. So 46 is my second solution here. So 3 was my first answer, 46 was my second answer. Okay. Now I am looking and they give me M again, and this time, the third time through, they say M is going to be equal to 74.52. All right. Again, I look at my equation. I'm going to put the 74.52 in for M, and it's going to be divided by 9.2. And then I can divide on here 74.52 divided by 9.2, and that gives me an answer of 8.1. Then my next problem, they give me another M. The other M is 92. And so now I need to put in W equals 92 divided by 9.2. And I can almost do this one in my head. Pretty sure the answer is going to be, well, we'll see here. I'm going to take 92 divided by 9.2, and I get as my answer for this one 10. Last but not least, they give me 14, but this time 14 is going to be W, so 14 equals M divided by 9.2. Same thing as before, this is division. The opposite of division is multiplication, so I multiply both sides by 9.2. When I multiply this right side by 9.2, it's going to be equal to M. When I multiply this left side by 9.2, it's going to be 14 times 9.2, and that's going to give me an answer of 128.8. And so that is going to be my right answer for that question right there. Okay. So when I was doing these, I had to use the equation they gave. I had to substitute the value that they gave me in for the equation. And then I had to solve for the rest of the equation. When they gave me an M value, I just had to divide that by 9.2. When they gave me a W value, I had to use the inverse operation and set it up just like a one-step equation, which we were working on right around before we got started with this whole weird break stuff. All right. So good luck to you. That last one was a hard one. So thank you for working on that last one. And good luck with the ones for the warm-up for today.